Hello students, so we have discussed about the topics of in the last class the labor for the farm and also what is a physical and working capitals. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the surplus or loss for the farmer. Surplus is nothing but whatever it is, a type of a profit only. Whatever the additional income the farmers will get, extra amount. Whatever the extra amount the farmers getting from the crops, that is known as the surplus. Loss, we all know, when they get the loss, then it is loss. We can't we can't repay the loss. So surplus, the farmers get the extra amount, that is known as the surplus. So this surplus is an additional advantage to the farmers. So let us suppose that the farmers have produced wheat on their lands and using the three factors of production. So the farmers are producing wheat on their own lands in the crops, and by using the factors of production. What is factors of production here? Land, labor, capital, these all comes under the factors of production. So what the farmers will do, they will take some part of the wheat from that quantity, and they will use for the family, their own family consumption. And whatever the extra they got, extra amount or extra crop they got, they will sell them. So some farmers, small farmers will be there. Small farmers like who? Savita and Gobind. In previous classes we have discussed these examples. So Savita and Gobind's sons, they have only little surplus, because they have very little amount of land. So in that, only the limited amount of crops can grow. So they won't get a large amount of surplus. So they can get only little amount of surplus, extra 5 bags or 10 bags. That's it. So they will what they will do? They will go to the town. They will sell that 5-10 bags of extra bags, and they will take money. But so why? Because the total production is small, and from this a substantial share is kept for their own family needs. Substantial share, substantial is nothing but, it is a substantial is an it may be in size or worth or quantity, like the shares in the quantity, the share in the size or worth of the whatever it may be, crop material. So for example, we can say it as what? A substantial amount of cash. So this line, in this line we can see that a substantial amount of cash, it means quantity, this much amount of cash. So that is the meaning of substantial here. So this substantial share is kept for their own family needs here. So generally it is the medium and large farmers who are there, the medium farmers and large farmers who are there, who supply the wheat to the wholesale market yards. So generally not the small farmers, they won't supply the wheat. The medium and large farmers who are there, they will supply the wheat to the wholesale market yards. And the traders at the market yard, what they will do? They will buy the wheat and they will sell it to the further other shopkeepers in the towns and cities. So coming to the in the case of Tejpal, he is a very large farmer, and he has, because he had large amount of land, some 3 4 5 10 acres of land. That's why he will get the more surplus, extra amount he will get more. So he has a surplus of 350 quintals of wheat from all his complete land. So he sells the surplus wheat at the Raiganj market yard, and he has good earnings also. So what that surplus he will do? That wheat he will sell at the Raiganj market yard, and also he also getting the good earnings also. And what does Tejpal do with his earnings? Okay, he is getting the extra amount. So what the Tejpal do with that money? So last year Tejpal had put most of the money in his bank account. So whatever the money he will get from the surplus, what he will do? He will do the savings in the bank's account, and afterwards he used the savings for what? To lending to the farmers like Savita, who were in need of the loan. After keeping in the bank, what he will do? Like Savita, the other small farmers also will be there, no, who want loan for their needs. So what this Tejpal do? He will give money to them to lend, and other farmers also who were need on a loan with the interest rate. And he also used the savings for what? To arrange the working capital for farming in the next season. It means like working capital, it is nothing but, for example, for next year he will, if he have amount of money, he will take a new machines, or whatever the required materials are there for in the crops, in the for the cultivation purpose, harvesting machines, different machines he will purchase, he will use for it. So this year the Tejpal plans to use his earnings to buy another tractor. So this year what he is planning to buy another tractor, he is planning. And also there is a good business in hiring out tractors in the neighboring villages. So if he purchase one tractor, he can hire the tractor to other people also who are need. He can hire for 1 hour and he can charge the amount. So like that also the business is going on good, and another tractor would increase his fixed capital. So first he have already tractor, he will use for his agriculture purpose, and he also give to hiring also. Now his plan is to take another tractor, so that another with that another tractor he can increase his fixed capital of amount. So like Tejpal, the other large farmers and medium farmers who are there, they will sell the surplus of their what are the production they got in their farm, and apart from the earnings is saved and kept for buying capital for the next season. So all the farmers might they have also used the savings to buy what? Cattles, trucks, or to set up the shops. So they will use all their savings for this purpose. So this constitute the capital for non-farm activities. They may also buy more land. So whatever the savings amount they will get, they can also use it for what? That capital, that amount they can also use it for the non-farm activities. So there is an often a loss in farm activities, especially when crops are damaged because of floods, or pesticides are not there, the leaves have damaged, so they will also get lot. So in the case of loss, what the farmers they have to do? They have to bear compulsory. So the other risk is sudden fall in the price of agriculture produce. So the crops may be damaged, or the other risk is what? The prices, it can suddenly it can fall down. So in such situations, the farmers find it difficult to recover the working capital that they have, what they have spended as to the working capital to purchase all the machines. And so in these situations they will feel that it is difficult to recover that amount of money which have spended. Non-farming activities in Rampur. So not only farming, apart from farming, what which is the main production activity? So there are some of the non-farming production activities are there, but only 25% of the people who will they are working in Rampur, they are busy in activities other than the agriculture. Only in 100%, most of the 75% people they will busy in agriculture purpose only, but 25% instead of agriculture they are different, they are busy in other non-farming activities. Like for example, in non-farming activities we can take it as what? Dairy. This dairy is a other common activity. So dairy production is a common activity in many families of Rampur. So in many instead of agriculture, we can see in the villages most of the people will, what they will do? They will do the business of dairy production. So people feed their buffaloes, I mean for food, if they are keeping a dairy, isn't it, the milk? So they have buffaloes definitely. So to feed their buffaloes on various kinds of what they will keep the food to them, grass like jowar, bajra, fodder cultivated, whatever the crops are there, they will keep for them to the during the rainy seasons. And after that they will each day they will get the milk from the buffaloes. So the milk is sold in the Raiganj, and the two traders from Jahangirabad, they have set up collection the chilling centers at the Raiganj, from where the milk is transported to far away places such as Bulandshahr and Delhi. So whatever the milk is sold in the Raiganj, what they will do, the Jahangirabad, what they have, the true traders are there. They have set up the centers. So with that help of centers, it will sell the milk is transported to very far away places, such as the places like Delhi and Bulandshahr. So the production factors of this activity are briefly described. So for non-farming activities, there are also the factors of production. What is that? The land, labor, capital, physical capital, and working capital. Coming to land, definitely if they want to keep a dairy, they need a land must, because for buffaloes they have to arrange a shed. So for that definitely they need some amount of land here. And labor, so most of the in villages the labor will be own family members only, family labor only, especially women who will work at home, and also they will manage the dairy works also as a labor. They will look after to the buffaloes. And coming to the physical capital is nothing but whatever the buffaloes whatever the buffaloes give the milk or whatever it may be, so we are selling it and we are getting the amount, no, so that is comes under the physical capital. Next, coming to the working capital, feed from their land, it means for the feeding to the buffaloes, they definitely they need expenses. And if the buffaloes health is not good, if it is feeling illness, any problem, then they have to take some medicines, and for all these expenses they need the working capital. Next, small scale manufacturing activities in Rampur. So instead of farming and instead of this dairy also, instead of farming, instead of non-farming activities, and there is also some small scale manufacturing activities are there in the Rampur. So at present less than 50 people they are busy in manufacturing activities in Rampur village, like manufacturing which that takes place in big factories in the towns and cities. So if for example there is a factory in that they are manufacturing a product, whatever the product it may be, so they are, so the 50 people, less than 50 people, they are busy in the manufacturing process. So manufacturing in Rampur, it involves very simple production methods and is done on the small scale. What is that? The manufacturing is carried out the mostly at home or in the fields with the help of family laborers, and the laborers are rarely hired because their family members only, there are many members to do the works, that's why the laborers from the outside there are rarely hired. So there is an example here. So there is a person, his name is Mishri Lal. He has purchased a mechanical sugarcane crushing machine. We all know what is a sugarcane crushing machine. No, we will keep the sugarcane and we will get the juice. So the machine run on what? The electricity, and prepares jaggery here. So earlier the sugarcane was crushed by what? By using the bullock carts, but nowadays people prefer to do with machines only. So we got the machine of sugarcane machine, crushing machine. So here, apart from using the sugarcane that Mishri Lal has cultivated, and he also buys sugarcane from other farmers and processes it into jaggery. So what he will do, he have taken the sugarcane, it means instead of using the sugarcane, that what he have done, he have cultivated his own sugarcane, and also sometimes he also buys from the sugarcane from other farmers and he will make the juice it, and the juice it is then it is sold to the traders at Jahangirabad, and in the process the Mishri Lal makes a small profits with this small scale manufacturing process. The shopkeepers of Rampur. So there are not many people involved in the exchanging of goods in Rampur. It means in shops what will happen, they will exchange the goods, no? They will purchase from others, they will buy to others, they will sell to others. So the traders of Rampur village, they will buy different goods from the wholesale markets. They will go to the cities and towns and they will purchase in from the wholesale markets, and they'll come to their village and sell them in the villages. So small general stores in the villages, they will sell wide range of items like what rice, wheat, sugar, tea, oil, biscuits, soap, toothpaste, batteries, candles, notebooks, pen, pencil, and small, and sometimes even clothes also, isn't it? So generally it is happen in our society only, in our area only we can see the many shopkeepers, many shops which we are all these commodities which are available in the shops. So a few families whose house are close to the bus stand, they have used a part of the space to open small shops. It means near the bus stand their families will be there, no? So they are started to open the small shops. And what they will sell there, for example, we will near bus stands, whatever the shops we can see, especially we will see fruit shops and eatable, whatever the eatable things are there, we will see that shop, because many people will come from the long journey, so some people are hungry, so they want to eat something. So like that, with ideas, they will keep the shop, eatable shops near the bus stand. And what are the things they sell? The eatables like tea, samosa, kachori, namkeen, sweets, toffees, cold drinks, etc. The women and the children in the family, what they will do, they will share the work together at their home. In our country, a large section of people are self employed, like farmers, shopkeepers, hawkers, etc. All these are self employed. They don't keep any other outside labor, they'll manage their own work by themselves only. So there are owners, because they have to plan and organize and take the risk of producing goods or services. So they are the self owners of them, because they are managing and organizing the complete activity. So they are taking the risk of producing goods or services here. So at the same time, they also provide their own labor to manage the process. So at the same time, what they are providing their own labor from their family only to manage the complete production activity here process. So a few shopkeepers are there, they will also buy goods at the villagers, and they will produce and supply it to the shop markets in the bigger villages and towns. See, not only the from the cities and towns we will purchase and we will sell in the villages, but some people are there who will purchase from the villages and sell in the towns and villages. So what are the items? Like for example, pickles are there, so they will available only in the villages. So it means the village people, they will prepare. So from village he will take and go, and he will sell in the towns and cities. So for instance, the person running the flour mills also buys wheat from the small farmers only in the villages and sells it at the Raiganj market. The flour milling and trading are two different businesses here. Coming to last element, transport, a fast developing sector. So we have already discussed in the starting of this lesson that in Rampur village there are good transport facilities are there, which are connecting the roads to different main cities, isn't it? So a variety of vehicles on the road, they will connect the Rampur to Raiganj, and all the rickshawalas, tongawalas, and jeeps, tractors, truck drivers, and people driving the traditional bullock carts, all these are there in the transport services. They ferry people and goods from one place to another and get paid from their return. So what they will do, they will transport the goods from one place to another and they'll take the money. So the number of people involved in transport has grown over the last several years. So who are there in the transport process, who are involving in the transport process, definitely they have got a lot of growth and development in if we compare the last several years. So they got a good development in their lives. And here we have an example. Kishore is a farm laborer, and like other laborers, Kishore also found it difficult to meet his family needs from the wages that he has received. It means he is getting low wages, that's why he found it difficult to whatever the needs of their family is there to whatever the requirements are there to fulfill it. So a few years back, what Kishore have done, the Kishore have took a loan from the bank, and this was under a government program which was giving very cheap loans to the poor people who don't have the landless and households, so who don't have the land and who don't have the own house. So the government was providing the cheap loans. So the Kishore bought, first of all he purchased a buffalo with that money, loan money, and he sells the buffalo's milk each day, and further he has attached a wooden cart to his buffalo and uses it to transport various items. It means here he is doing the two businesses, isn't it? With one buffalo, he is selling each day early morning he is selling the buffalo's milk, and also what he have attached the wooden cart to the buffalo, and he is transporting some small items, goods and production goods which are there. He is transporting various different items here. So once a week he goes to the river Ganga to bring back the clay for the potter. So what he will do, he will go to near the river of Ganga and he will bring the clay which is need for the potter. So potter, what he will do, because he brought the clay from there, from the bullock cart, with the help of the buffaloes. So what he will do, he will in return he will pay some amount of money. So it is somewhat profit to the here for Kishore. So or sometimes he goes to the Jahangirabad with a load of jaggery or any other different commodities. So every month he gets some work in the transport services. Like this, by adding the wooden craft, he is getting some transport activities and he is getting some amount of money. So as a result, Kishore now is able to earn more than what he used to some years back. So whatever the amount some years back he used to get, now more than that only he is getting the money. He is not getting the loss than that, some amount more only he will getting the money. So it means the transport is also a activity where we can earn some amount of money for us.